All right, Canva dropped a bunch of awesome new features and updates in their Droptober announcement yesterday. So we'll go through the top 7 that I think are going to be relevant to us as content creators and entrepreneurs. Number 7 is actually really cool, although it's probably just going to be for like 0.5% of us that will actually get to use it thanks to some licensing fine print. But we'll get to that in a moment. And as we dive in here, just keep in mind that Canva still limits the video file sizes to 1 gigabyte. So we still can't use Canva to make our YouTube videos, but we can use them for short form content and our ads. Just please, Canva, let us upload files bigger than 1 gigabyte. We will pay you more money to do that. Just let us YouTube. I don't know why they won't do that for us YouTube creators. But anyway, moving on, number 1, we have an Artlist integration. So the TLDR here is we have way better B-rolls and stock footage than we had before. So Canva did have some integrations with some other libraries, but since I'm about to say they weren't that great, I won't name them, but Artlist does have some really awesome footage. I don't think we have access to the entire library just based upon the announcement page here because they weren't exactly super specific, but it does look like we finally have some B-rolls that we would want to use in our short form content and ads. Again, if you want to use them in your long form, you're going to have to do all the editing in Canva and then download the file and add it to whatever editing software you're actually using. And speaking of video, let's just jump into number 2 here, which is premium music. So again, if you're making short form content, these music tracks are, I think, going to be awesome to use. Of course, they also have some templates if you're still trying to figure out shorts, reels, and TikToks. I kind of gave up, but maybe one day. But do keep in mind, you should look at the licensing for these audio tracks. So make sure you click that more info. You go through how you're allowed to use them because not all of the music is licensed the same way. And you can't necessarily take a song that you like, download just the audio, and then add it to your YouTube video later. So do make sure that you keep that in mind as you go through using these audio tracks. And if you didn't know, Canva does have an AI audio generator, which is something I like to use more. Yes, you will spend like 20 minutes trying to get a 30-second jingle, but the advantage is you don't have to deal with the copyright striking on YouTube, which even if you have the rights, whether you're using like Envato or Storyblocks or something you got from Canva, it can be quite a headache to deal with that where you're like, I just used an audio track for 10 seconds. But you go through like 10 minutes of making sure that you prove to YouTube you have the license to use it. So that's why I like using the AI features here. And we actually used it to create the opening to our show and the new outro for most of our videos, just because I got tired of dealing with the copyright things. Although you can connect your YouTube channel to Canva to somewhat mitigate the issues around the copyright of audio. It's just a headache. So something that they're trying to remove when it comes to headaches, it's a terrible segue, but let's just go with it anyway, is AI, of course. And of course, editing Jason here, I realized editing the video, I completely forgot to talk about the new image generator. So they have this new image generator they're calling Dreamlab. And of course, it's AI for images. It does a really good job. I've been playing with it a little bit here, as you can see. And compared to what you get like straight out of the box with GPT, it's a definite improvement and worth checking out. Okay, now back to the writing AI updates. Every software under the sun now has to integrate AI with their solution somehow. So Canva's answer to us is they have apparently done some upgrades to their AI writing capabilities and components. So they have some cool features, as you can see here, where if you've written something, you can have it summarize or you can have it rewrite. And I do like this extra feature that they've added where they say rewrite or I like this, but, and then it kind of tells the AI, hey, you're on the right track, but just like tweak this or tweak that. Because if you use AI for writing, you're going to be doing a lot of tweaking. It's kind of like you read something, you go, yeah, if you just move the vernacular this way a little bit, it would sound like me and it'd be perfect. But speaking of that, I think stuff like this is part of why Canva wanted to do that drastic price increase, because it's going to cost them a lot of money paying OpenAI or Claude or whoever they're paying on the back end to allow their users to unlimitedly use AI in their writing. But speaking of using AI in your writing, I do still recommend using a chat, whether you're using ChatGPT, Claude or something like Koala Chat linked up in the description, because something that you miss with this feature and pretty much all the AI features in like even Notion, for example, is the accumulation of knowledge. So this is something that's really important to getting to AI to actually give you outputs that you want to use. And it's really nice because when you use a chat like Koala Chat or OpenAI or Claude directly, there's an accumulation of knowledge. And so you go through writing and refining in the same chat, and the AI begins to learn from you, as opposed to these tools, while awesome, are pretty much just one-offs, and there's no like back context to how you write or what the broader project that you're working on is. So I'll leave a link again in the description to Koala Chat. I really like using theirs because number one, they allow us to take our YouTube videos, turn them into blog posts. Number two, it's pretty cool that they can actually write SEO, optimized blog posts that are actually designed to be read by a human being. So when people do find your blog, they aren't like, oh wow, this is a bunch of AI jargon. And then number three, it's super cool to be able to switch back between GPT and Claude and some other models as well, different models within those. And so with one subscription, we can essentially use multiple different types. So if GPT is doing a better job today, we can use them. If Claude's doing a better job, we can use them. Link in the description to learn more. I think it's an awesome software. We use it quite a bit. Now, this next one, speaking of writing, is Docs. And if this had come out 3 months ago, I might be reading off a Canva doc instead of a Google Doc here. But unfortunately, it didn't. But there are some cool features. So if you didn't know, Canva does have docs, and they're pretty much on par with Google Docs now, unless you use the new tab feature in Google Docs. That's, I guess, where Canva will have to play catch up on that one. But when it comes to actual just straight up word processing, Canva seriously has you covered, especially now that they have doc outline. So let's go through, I'm gonna have to read off on this one, the updates that we have. So number one, we have banners, then we have these cool little highlight blocks, and then we also have something Google Docs does not do, which Google, come on, seriously, it's 2024. Embedding videos. This is really cool. I really like the fact that you can now embed videos on Canva. I do a lot of internal documentation for our processes and tasks, and being able to just put the video directly in the document is really nice. And you can also do drop downs, embed photos directly from a prompt there. And then of course you can add emojis just using the colon. I think that last one's kind of a non-update, but they were super excited to share that with us, I guess. And even though I'll be sticking with Google Docs for the majority of my content creation, something that I do think is a really great opportunity here is using Canva for our course worksheets or lead magnets or your ebooks that you're not publishing on Kindle. Remember, you need a different format for the EPUB and Kindle and all that fun stuff. But if you're doing your own publishing, you're creating your own ebook or worksheet or lead magnet, then I think Canva is a awesome opportunity for this, and we'll definitely be using Canva Docs when we start upgrading our lead magnets, because I can tell you that I think 99% of our lead magnets are actually created with Google Slides, and we exported them as a PDF. So we'll be definitely using Canva Docs now and upgrading to that, so you can give people direct access to the Canva Docs so they can make a copy of it and use it. Or you can go ahead and just export it as a PDF and then have share it with your list or customers that way. Now, this next one is a feature I personally don't use, but I can see why it is valuable to teams, and that is some upgrades to the whiteboard. Now, this just goes against my OCD-ness so much. I cannot stand how messy this looks, but they do have me covered because apparently you can now use AI to organize your whiteboard. And I think this is one of those few areas where this is an awesome, unique implementation of AI, because now we're able to have AI look at multiple graphical elements, multiple sets of text, and actually organize everything for us. So I think this is really, really cool. And unlike what they're doing with the writing, I think this is actually unique and worth playing around with. Again, I don't personally use whiteboards, so I don't have a use case for you, but I'm sure some people can comment below with how they like to use whiteboards or how they would use this AI. Now, number 6, they do have this small business kit. It has some information on their training, linking to their blog and YouTube channel for design. And then it also has some templates in there like a pitch deck or customer persona. While I think these are great for presentations or if you're putting together a course, these are definitely something worth checking out. But a lot of the templates, like for example, this customer persona one, it's a little too surface level to actually use for like advertising or copywriting. I mean, if a client gave us this and says, here's our customer, please run some ads, I would look at them and say, dude, we've got like 6 or 7 days worth of work here. This is way too surface level. So I do like that it at least gets you going in the right direction, but I do like the templates for brand kits. Obviously, Canva is all about design, so I think the brand kit templates are awesome because most companies and entrepreneurs we've worked with, you say brand kit and they just look at us like, our color is blue, right? So I do think those are awesome, and I'll include here as well, they do have 16 new what they call premium social media templates. Looks like mostly for Reels and TikToks. Although personally, what I like doing is looking at Reels or TikToks or short form, the format that I like, and then recreating it inside of Canva, because we've pretty much gotten to a world where if you use Canva, you recognize Canva everywhere across social media. So while these templates are awesome, you better believe, thousands of other people are literally just changing the text and posting them. So the more you edit these templates, the better. Now, number 7, I almost didn't include here, but I think it is kind of cool. You can now use Disney characters in your design. So they have this long list of designs that you can use that has, I guess, your favorite or not so favorite Disney characters, or can remind you of a super annoying song that just played nonstop for like 2.5 years. But there is some fine print here. You can't use these for commercial purposes, and you cannot change the designs. Yes, Disney, of course, is very protective of their IP. I am shocked that this was even a deal that was made. But yes, I did take the extra 7.5 minutes to go look at the fine print of Canva's terms of use. And so essentially, without boring you with all of this, unless you are a teacher or a nonprofit, don't use them. This is pretty much what it boils down to. If you're like designing something for your kid's birthday party, awesome, good to go. But outside of that, I think this is more of a kind of a charity move on Canva's part, which is awesome. They're footing the bill for what must be a very expensive license so that nonprofits and teachers and of course schools, educational institutions can use these and not worry about that pesky Mickey Mouse showing up with that cease and desist with their copyright in hand, because they are very, very protective of their IP, obviously. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this video and update. Comment below with any of the updates you think you're actually going to use or exciting, or it would also be fun to know what features you wish Canva had. Me personally, again, just please, Canva, even if you charge us an extra $50 a month, let us upload videos that are more than 1 gigabyte long so we can finally use Canva for our editing process for YouTube. I get it, there's like color grading and other things, but if you could upload a video to YouTube or Canva and edit the whole thing and have multiple team members working on it, like that is a dream come true for me as a solo content creator and someone who really wants to streamline the creation process. But I'll get up that soapbox, hit that like button, subscribe for more updates and some tutorials on how to actually use all of these. And until the next, keep building the business you love.